Hello everyone, welcome to episode 9 of Something Bigger, a Nerdcast podcast. We are back after a very long hiatus. Thanks to appendixes and school. You need to explain that one.
Yeah, so a while after we recorded the last episode of...
Actually, wasn't that too long after we recorded the last episode.
Yeah, after we recorded our last episode, a while after, like a couple of weeks or a month or whatever, my appendix decided to burst, and so I was in the hospital for quite a while, and so that's one of the reasons why it's been so long. That and Kimberly graduated, so...
Yay!
Yay!
We would have an applaud sound if we could. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, I graduated, so I guess you can call me a professional now. Highly unlikely, but we'll see where that leads.
Yeah, so last time we talked about the early episodes of this season 2 of Sleepy Hollow, and a lot has really happened since then in this show. A lot. So we've had probably about 5 or 6 episodes of Sleepy between now and then, and boy, like I said, a lot happened.
Yeah, a lot of
shit went down.
a lot of character development too.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, we have also started watching CBS's freshman series, Scorpion, which follows a group of geniuses who use their smarts in collaboration with the Department of Homeland Security. Now, I started watching this months ago, and then we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. So,
before we start, can we just talk about the fact that Benedict Cumberbatch, you know, the British guy who plays Sherlock in the BBC show Sherlock, he's also Khan in Star Trek Into Darkness.
He's a dragon.
He's the voice of Smaug in The Hobbit, and the voice of the Necromancer in The Hobbit as well. But anyway, he is engaged and having a baby.
You mean Cumberpatch Kids?
See what you did there. like Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah. That was a lame joke, but I felt like I needed to put it in there.
Yeah, so, sorry ladies, all you Cumber bitches out there, as y'all call yourselves. Cumberbatch himself doesn't like that name, but whatever, I'm gonna use it because people have coined it and we're like, whatever.
This is me laughing because I've never heard that term before.
Have you really not?
No.
I could have sworn I've said it before.
No.
Okay, anyway, I don't know where that started. It was probably like Twitter or Tumblr.
Sounds like that. Social media.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry ladies, he's definitely off the market now. Anywho. I'm Emily.
And I'm Kimberly.
Shall we talk about the PCAs that happened the other night?
Yes, we shall.
Sorry, we're doing several segues before we actually get into Sleepy Hollow talk.
Yeah. So the first category was favorite movie, and the winner for that was the movie Maleficent.
Which was really good. Like, I was really kind of scared, like, because I'm not a big Angelina Jolie fan.
Nah.
So I was really kind of scared before I saw the movie. I was like, yeah, it looks really good, but, because I love dark stuff.
Yeah, she did Maleficent very well. She had
really
the look down and the laugh.
She really did. She was really creepy and really pulled it off. I was really happy.
Her teeth were always very white.
Yes, they were, but I think she's like that in real life.
Yeah.
But then again, she's had, like, so much work done. It's scary. But anyway. So favorite cable sci-fi fantasy TV show is Outlander.
I don't watch any of these shows, so she's gonna take it on.
So I've heard about Outlander. I've been meaning to watch it. I've heard it's really good. It's basically, I think it takes place in like the 1800s or something like that. It's based off a book series. I've never read the book series. I've only heard about the TV show. And it looks really good, so congrats to them. I was kind of wishing that Game of Thrones would have won.
That's her baby.
Just because I'm obsessed with that show, so...
I bet it was hard voting for Doctor Who or Game of
Thrones or American Horror Story or The Walking Dead. Those are all the shows I watch. Like, Outlander is the only one I don't watch, so...
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, so when it came to voting, I was just like,
Maybe I'll just vote for the one I don't watch, that way I can't choose favorites. Or I'll just go like, vote one, no, the next one, okay, I'm going to vote them, and the other one next. That's probably what I did. Okay, now, favorite movie actor, Robert Downey Jr.
He's phenomenal. He's just, I think he deserves, but he wins every year. Like, he's nominated every year for, something. But this one was, like, his, I guess, first Marvel movie, or non-Marvel movie that he was nominated for this. Which is really good. It was a movie called The Judge, and it's where his father, I don't remember who plays him, gets into some trouble. He's a judge, and his lawyer son, played by Robert Downey Jr., has to step in and help him out. And he's not really too keen about it. And Robert Downey Jr. has said that he took the role because the two characters reminded him of his relationship with his own father.
Yes.
So.
But yeah.
Well deserved.
Yeah. And then now we have the favorite sci-fi fantasy TV actor, which is probably why you're even listening to this. For once, actually, Misha Collins won. He plays Castiel from Supernatural. Mm-hmm. And so let's talk about that.
Yes. I think this was really well deserved, especially after season 8.
Yeah.
Everything that Cass went through. Spoilers ahead, by the way. I'm sorry if you guys are listening and you haven't caught up yet. But, Misha had to go from playing Angel Castiel to human Castiel. Mm-hmm. And that was, just the transition was absolutely phenomenal. I thought Jared would have been a really good contender. Jared Padalecki would have been a really good contender as well, because also in Season 8, he had to play, he basically played, technically 3 different characters. He was Ezekiel / Gadriel / Sam.
That could have been hard to keep straight.
Yeah, for a greater part of the season. And that that was absolutely fantastic too. But I think here it's time Misha gets some award recognition.
Yeah,
for
at least Jared's not a Pilecki in this.
Pilecki, oh my god!
If you go to Misha's Twitter and you see the was a magazine page that he took a picture of both Jared and Jensen, it says Jared Pilecki, not Padalecki.
What's a Pilecki?
And we love Jensen Ackles, but I just definitely think Misha Collins deserved this one this time.
Yeah. So.
I mean, they're all beautiful actors. Very well talented, very talented actors too. Yeah.
So favorite movie actress went to Jennifer Lawrence.
She's actually gotten better
for the Hunger Games.
Yeah,
I love her. I feel like if I would meet her, we'd get along really well, because she's a very real person. She is. She's fantastic. She tells it like it is. Yeah. She's not fake whatsoever. You see her, she doesn't act fake. She puts it all out there.
Not only that, but she doesn't really care about her appearance on sets or
just in general.
Well, in general, because I remember I was watching this tiny interview either on YouTube or on TV or somewhere, and it was interviewing Liam and Jennifer, and
Liam Hemsworth,
yes, co-stars in The Hunger Games, and they Liam was talking about how when they're doing a kissing scene, how Jennifer Lawrence's breath smelled so horrible of onions and everything, and she literally even told him she had just eaten a lot of onions and garlic and stuff. What's funny is
I think she did that on purpose, as a prank, because apparently she does lots of pranks on set. It's basically a prank war between her and Josh Hutcherson the entire time, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, but at first when I first saw Jennifer Lawrence play in I think it was the first movie I saw her was when she played in X-Men First Class. The Class, I think that's what it's called.
I have not seen that yet.
And I mean, I thought she was okay, but I didn't think it was that great. Could have been better. Yeah. But
she was playing Mystique. She was following in the footsteps of Rebecca Romijn. I don't know how to say her last name.
But but I feel like she's gotten a lot better over the last 5 or 6 years since that movie's come out. Mm-hmm. Anyway, now we're going on to favorite sci-fi fantasy TV actress, which is probably another reason why you're listening to us babble. So, the winner for that category was Kristen Crook, who plays Catherine from Beauty and the Beast. Yay. One of the main reasons we started this thing.
Exactly. I think it's well deserved. She was up against a lot of really
would you say major actresses?
Well, I think
more well known.
I think Jessica Lange from American Horror Story is probably the most major actress that she was up against, and
then there's Nina Dobrev, Jennifer Goodwin, and Jennifer Morrison.
So I think BCs did a good job voting for her over Jessica Lange. Like, even if they're like fans of American Horror Story, because Jessica Lange is phenomenal, and I love all of her characters in American Horror Story. I haven't seen Heaven yet, though. I've only seen the first 2 seasons, but what I've seen of her, I love her.
Yeah, but if you watch Beauty and the Beast and you've seen Kristen Crook acting in this wonderful show, in my opinion, she's done a phenomenal job as Catherine
really
Chandler.
Has.
Like, even if her character may have not been what the viewers wanted it to go, she still did a phenomenal job as Catherine Chandler.
And she's a badass.
Oh man, she fight.
Catherine. Like, oh my god.
I think she took karate for several years.
Yeah.
And she's also does yoga and gymnastics, so that makes her very well in tuned with how to use her body in certain ways and stuff.
Yeah, she's
really good. Improved a lot since Smallville.
Yeah, she's come a long way since the first season of Smallville, which my sister, believe it or not, if you remember her from the last episode, she coined the phrase Henry's dick. Anyway,
moving on.
If you want that story, you should go back to But she really didn't like Kristen Crook
as Lana,
because of how she was in the first season of Smallville. But I think she's come a very long way.
Yeah.
And so if my sister would sit down and watch BATB with us, I feel like she would.
Do you want to do favorite movie duo?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. All right. The winners for favorite movie duo were
Shailene Woodley and Theo James.
Yeah.
For Divergent.
That was a great movie.
Really funny story. They were also nominated for Fault in Our Stars, in which they played a romantic couple. In Divergent, they played brother and sister.
Okay. Yeah, that was kind of... Because I saw Fault in Our Stars before I saw Divergent, but I think they made Divergent before Fault in Our Stars. And so when I saw Fault in Our Stars, I'm like, oh, they're so cute together. And then when I saw them as Divergent brother and sister, I was like, that must be awkward.
Yeah, I haven't haven't seen the Divergent movie, but I've read the book, and oh no, Theo James. That's
we've got
sorry,
Ansel Elgort.
I was thinking Ansel Elgort. Theo James is 4. I'm sorry, guys.
Wow. Yeah, we got this wrong.
We were up late last night. My brain's not working, so I'm just bad at reading today.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. But anyway, so she played Tristan 4. Yeah.
Sorry.
Not Tris and her brother, Tristan 4.
I was a little confused. I was like, why would brother and sister be nominated?
Yeah, I know. Sorry. The whole Shailene Woodley being nominated twice screwed me up, and my brain was all just like, nah.
Okay.
But anyway.
With that aside, Shailene Woodley and Theo James.
Personally, I think Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson should have won for Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
They did really good.
Because I love the Cap, Black Widow, the Captain America and Black Widow interaction throughout the entire movie. It was fantastic.
A lot of good nominees. I mean, even Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. I mean,
they did really good, but I prefer I'm more of a... I feel like Spider-Man is just too cheesy a lot of the times.
Well, I think Tobey Maguire destroyed it.
So yeah, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's ruined that for me. The first two were good. The third one was just absolutely terrible.
We're going to move on from that because
we're digressing. I could go on.
She's going to take like 4 days to discuss her feels about those
I could go on for days.
So we think... So
favorite competition TV show was
The Voice.
So that's a good show.
Yeah, I don't watch it, but I've seen clips and stuff here and there's some talent in there.
I used to.
Yeah.
But
I don't watch any of those shows, really.
Just because I like Chef Gordon Ramsay because he's hilarious. I think Hell's Kitchen should have won, but, you know.
No. Favorite daytime host, Ellen DeGeneres.
That's well-deserved. She's freaking hilarious.
I don't watch her show, but from time to time I'll turn it, if I'm bored, I'll turn it on, but I don't watch it. But from what I've seen, she does a really good job. And she's hilarious.
She's freaking hilarious.
And she loves people.
She really does. She's fantastic. I love her.
And this is what she said her 17th PCA award, 19th?
I don't know.
She has won a lot of them.
Yes, she has.
She wins like every year, I think. And since the PCAs started, I think.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, favorite action movie was Divergent, which I don't... Guardians, let's face it, Guardians of the Galaxy or Captain America should have won.
Yeah.
Because have you seen Chris Pratt as Star-Lord? Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ooh. or just that movie in general. Like, I love that movie. That's, like...
It was hilarious.
I love the comics, and I love the movie, and it was absolutely fantastic. So, personally, I think that should have won. And I think Winter Soldier should have won, too. Because...
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, fucky.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But Divergent was a good movie. I mean, at the end of the day, it was a really good movie.
I just think Marvel should have won.
Now, favorite late-night talk show host?
Jimmy Fallon. I love him. He's fantastic. It was well-deserved.
Oh, he was the one who did a really nice Robin Williams tribute. That was nice. He was really good at imitating him. That was good.
But, yeah, Jimmy Fallon's hilarious. He just took over for The Tonight Show, and after being on late night for a while. So, it was well-deserved. So, anyway, we digress.
Yeah. So, favorite action movie actor?
Chris Evans, Captain America himself.
Enough said.
Enough said.
Favorite dramedy? I don't watch any of these shows.
Orange is the New Black.
I hear that's good.
It's a Netflix series, if you haven't heard of it.
Yeah, I hear it's good. Favorite action movie actress, Jennifer Lawrence.
And we talked about her earlier.
Yes, we did. Favorite TV icon, Betty White.
Of course.
I'm so... I
love her.
I love her. I love how Chris Evans... I don't know if you saw this, but Chris Evans escorted her up to the stage.
I saw animated GIFs or however you say that. GIFs.
Yeah.
On Tumblr of it. And I was like, oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, I just loved her speech. Her speech was amazing. It was great. Yeah.
Yeah. Favorite.
She's 93 years old.
I know. That's fantastic. She's
like, I'm still acting, and I'm 93, so don't anybody ever tell you can't do it. She doesn't look
93.
No,
she looks like she's in her like 80s or 70s, like late
good.
70s, early 80s or something.
Looks good for 93.
She does. Really.
The years have been kind to her. Favorite comedic movie?
22 Jump Street, which I'm not going to get started on that.
I haven't seen any of these, so we're just not going to talk about that. Favorite TV duo?
Went to Nino Dobrev and Ian Somerhalder for The Vampire Diaries.
No surprise there.
It should have been Jared and Jensen,
or
David Boreanaz,
Nathan Fillion, or Stana Katic.
Or Emily Deschanel, or Nathan Fillion and Stana Katic.
Pretty much any of the other nominees. I don't know about Jennifer Goodwin and Josh Dallas. I mean, they have good chemistry.
They do.
I just don't know
cute
about
couple.
Their characters. It's always I don't know. It just...
I'm done with Once Upon a Time.
And I'm kind of done with Vampire Diaries. Like, I probably will finish it up on Netflix, but I'm done watching it currently as it plays because it's just... The storyline has just gotten really dumb.
I still haven't caught up from last season.
Yeah, I got to like the 5th episode of the newer season, and I'm just like, I'm lost interest. We're not going to go there anymore. We're done talking about that. Nope. Favorite comedic movie actress? Melissa McCarthy.
She's hilarious.
Yes, she is.
Favorite...
Yeah.
Oh,
anyway.
Favorite TV character we missed the most went to Dr. Christina Yang, played by Sandra Oh, for Grey's Anatomy. I think it should have been Herschel from Walking Dead. Because, dear God.
Lance, sweet.
Aww.
I'm still messed up from that episode. That was so
I think it should have been Herschel, because, spoiler alert, Herschel was beheaded by the governor. And that pissed me off. I was mad.
Spoilers.
Very much so, spoilers.
Yeah. But Lance, sweet.
Aww.
That was such a sad way he died. Very sad.
Yeah.
And the way they showed it, they didn't have to show it the way they did, but they did. And then now his kid's gonna be fatherless. Spoiler alert. Well, anyway,
dramatic movie went to
The Fault in Our Stars. That was such. Oh my gosh. Tears.
I want to read the book before I see the movie. I need to get my hands on the book. But I've been, for 3 years now, people have, been trying to shove this book in my face. And I'm like, I have a list. Just wait. Let me finish this list first. I'll get to it eventually.
Heaven is For Real. That was a good movie. I saw that. That was good. If I say, I mean, it was okay. I mean, it was interesting. But I just felt like they could have done it better. But I'm not even going to go with Noah. No. Favorite actor in a new TV series?
David Tennant for Grace Point. Grace Point was technically Broadchurch, which is the UK show that it was pretty much based off of. But David Tennant was amazing in that. He's amazing overall. And his American accent kept psyching me out. I was like, he can do and he's got a really thick Scottish accent, so I was kind of really surprised that he could do an American accent. I was like, dang!
Favorite dramatic movie actor, Robert Downey Jr.
For reasons we explained earlier.
Yes. Favorite actress in a new TV series, Viola Davis.
For How to Get Away with Murder. That's actually a really good TV show. I've seen a few episodes.
My parents like that.
She does a really good job.
Yeah, my parents like it.
It's one of the main characters.
So. And it's hard for my parents to find a show together that they like. So,
but yeah. Favorite dramatic movie actress went to Chloe Grace Moretz.
Meryl Streep. Oh.
Meryl Streep should have won. Come on.
Yes, she's Meryl Streep.
It's Meryl Streep.
Anyway, favorite sketch comedy TV show?
Saturday Night Live, which is phenomenal. Well, it's not as good as it used to be.
Yeah.
Let's face that. Let's just leave it at that.
Favorite family movie? Maleficent.
It should have been How to Train Your Dragon 2, because
I knew you were going to say that.
2 was phenomenal for an animated film. Let's just... Anyway.
Yeah.
Grown Up Hiccup, man.
Okay. Favorite animated TV show? The Simpsons.
The Simpsons. I think this one wins every year.
Yeah.
Thriller movie, Gone Girl. I've heard lots of good things about this movie, and I want to read the book first before I see it.
Favorite new TV comedy?
Jane the Virgin.
I
don't know.
Not. My sister says it's funny, but I don't know. Yeah. Favorite TV show?
Went to Big Bang Theory. It should have been Game of freaking Thrones. Come on, man. Dragons.
I'm glad Once Upon a Time didn't win.
Dragons and Kit Harington.
Yes.
And let's... Ooh, Tyrion. Oh my god. Tyrion, yes. Tyrion. Sorry, I'm fangirling right now.
Yes. We should move on because you'll fangirl for a week.
We should.
Favorite new TV drama? The Flash.
Yes. Well deserved. Yes. Well deserved.
Forever is a good show, and How to Get Away with Murder is a good show. I don't know.
Constantine's really good too.
Yeah, and I don't know about Gotham. I haven't seen that. So.
I've seen parts of it. I'm not happy with it because I'm a pretty big Batman fan. Yeah. But
The Flash was well deserved.
Flash is amazing because it's by the people who did Arrow, and it's phenomenal.
Favorite network TV comedy? The Big Bang Theory.
Again.
Favorite male artist? Ed Sheeran?
Ed Sheeran. He's phenomenal. I love him.
I don't listen to music.
I love his music. It's phenomenal.
Favorite comedic TV actor?
Chris Colfer from Glee. I don't like that show.
Me neither. Moving on.
Favorite female artist?
Taylor Swift. Ooh. I like her older music. Her newer music, I'm still trying to get used to.
As long as it wasn't Iggy Azalea.
I think she did win something.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not sure. Favorite comedic TV actress, Kaylee Cuoco Sweeting. She is very funny.
Amy Poehler should have won.
Kaylee
Sorry.
Cuoco Sweeting. Sorry, I keep forgetting she's married. Very funny. Anyway, favorite group?
Maroon 5. I personally think it should have been Imagine Dragons.
As long as it wasn't One Direction, we're good.
I like one of their songs.
It's
called The Story of My Life. It doesn't even sound like them. It's phenomenal.
Know. How many members are in the group? 5? 4 or 5?
I don't even know.
Well, if it's 5, sorry, I'm not a One Direction fan. I just see One Direction as like 5 Justin Biebers put together.
I don't know.
That's just
some of their songs are good. I don't know.
Network TV drama. Grey's Anatomy.
Should have been Downton Abbey.
Should have been Revenge. I think it should have been Revenge, but that's just me.
Should have been Downton Abbey because, face it, we need more class.
Yes. Now, favorite breakout artist?
5 Seconds
of Summer?
They're a band, I don't know. Teenage or middle school girls are obsessed with that.
I don't listen to music. At least not the current music.
At least it wasn't Meghan Trainor for All About That Bass, because that song has gotten out of hand.
About that bass. All about. That's old. Let's see. Favorite dramatic TV actor? Patrick Dempsey.
No.
I don't even know if any of these...
I think it should have been Dax Shepard for who's in Parenthood.
Oh, yeah.
He's good.
Yeah. Favorite male country artist? Hunter Hayes.
I don't know. I don't listen to country anymore.
I like Tim McGraw with some of his stuff, not everything.
I don't listen to country anymore.
Favorite dramatic TV actress? Ellen
Pompeo.
I
don't know who she is.
Emily Van Camp, really good in Revenge. I mean, I've seen her in, was it Everwood, I think she played in several years ago. She has gotten a lot better in acting. I mean, yeah. Maybe because she's playing the main character instead of kind of like a side girlfriend that has almost no, that's very 2D, two-dimensional. But anyway, or even Hayden Panettiere has gotten...
I love her.
She plays in Nashville, and I have grown to love that show. I mean, at first it was a little shoddy, I think, but it's gotten a lot better, and she has got her... I love her whole character dynamic and how her development. She used to be, the classic bitch on the show, but now she's one of the characters that I feel bad for. It's like she's victimized a lot, and I like that.
I haven't seen her in Nashville, but I know her from Heroes.
Alyssa,
way back when.
Alyssa Milano is actually, I really like her too. She played in Charmed. She played Phoebe, and I just like her because she's just real to herself, and she decided to leave a TV show because for the sake of taking care of her kids, because she wanted to be there for her kids and not have her kids be raised by a nanny all the time.
Yeah.
So I really respect her for that decision. Yeah. Anyway, favorite female country artist? Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
I didn't know Lucy Hale was country.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Just as long as this award wasn't for her wasn't really for her award or as her portrayal of Maria in Sound of Music, because that was terrible.
I don't think so.
Let's not talk about that.
Her actual music is really good, I think. I like her music.
I like some of her music. I used to be a really big Carrie Underwood fan.
I like her older music more.
Yeah. I fell out of country.
Cable TV comedy, Melissa and Joey. I hear that's really funny.
I've seen, whenever I was in the hospital with my appendicitis, I watched a few episodes of that, and it was really funny.
Country group, Lady Antebellum.
They're good.
They're good?
They're good.
Okay, they're
I
good.
like them.
Okay.
My mom loves them.
Cable TV drama, Pretty Little Liars.
I don't watch the show.
Me neither. Pop artist, Taylor Swift. Cable TV actress, Angie Harmon.
You skipped cable TV actor Matt Bomer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Matt Bomer. Bomber, not
Bomber.
Bummer. Yeah, he won.
He played Bryce Larkin in Chuck. But this isn't what his award is. This was for White Collar. I haven't seen it. I need to get into it.
Sean Bean is a very good actor. Oh.
Sean Bean. Anyway.
I see him more of a movie person than like a TV person.
Oh, he's phenomenal in Game of Thrones.
Let's see. We did Hip Hop.
Iggy Azalea. Don't get me
comments
started.
there. TV crime drama, Castle. Bones is good. Mentalist is good. NCIS is good. Criminal Minds is pretty good. Castle should win.
Castle should win.
They won.
Because Nathan Fillion.
Yes. No explanation there.
Favorite R&B artist, Pharrell Williams. Do not start singing the song.
I don't know the song, so we're good.
Happy.
Okay. Favorite crime drama TV actor.
Nathan Fillion.
Yay!
Which, I'm a really big Kevin Bacon fan. And I'm really big Nathan Fillion fan. And David Boreanaz. But, like, for me, it was between Kevin Bacon and Nathan Fillion. And I was just like, I'm just not going to vote because for this one because it's too hard of a choice.
Favorite album.
X by Ed Sheeran.
I don't have any comments to say on that one.
Good. Favorite song, Shake It Off by Taylor Swift, which is freaking annoying. I'm sorry.
It is. It's a little
But I think a lot of the songs on that list are really annoying, so...
That one didn't.
All about that bass. About that bass.
Yeah.
No.
Favorite crime drama TV actress, Donna Caddick. Yay! Along with Nathan Fillion, that's fate.
Yeah. Casket.
Okay, last but not least.
Favorite network sci-fi fantasy TV show,
Beauty and the Beast.
Which is deserved up against... I think all of the shows except for Once Upon a Time in Vampire Diaries should have... I think all three of them. It should have been a three-way tie.
Yep.
It's one of those things you don't want to make me choose.
Yeah, we're getting out the...
Our
mini script.
Yeah.
To talk about the stuff we're supposed to actually talk about.
So yeah, that was the PCAs. I think it was a good year. Good year.
Yep. Good year. And if you're not happy with the results,
vote next year.
Vote next year and vote your fingers off.
Yeah.
Because that's how it's kind of designed, where you just vote. It's not like one per person.
It's an award show by the fans for the fans.
Exactly. So if you really, really want your show or your favorite artist, your favorite whatever to win, just vote your fingers off till they die.
And a lot of the times, the People's Choice is good because it gives shows recognition that the Emmys or the Golden Globes or the Oscars wouldn't even recognize. Like Marvel movies, they're not recognized in the Golden Globes.
Neither is like CW.
The Oscars.
I think.
The CW is hardly recognized except for like for the Emmys, except for like in categories like visual effects and stuff. So the PCAs is really good because it gives those other shows and films recognition.
Yeah,
where they need it.
Yep.
So
anyway, let's see. Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow.
This is going to be a very quick recap.
Because we don't remember a whole lot, because a lot's happened between now and then. But what I remember the most is basically what happened in the mid-season finale.
Yes. And some, character stuff.
Yeah. Where do we start?
Was it Holly? There's Holly. Well, Holly was in there in the show when we talked about it last.
Yeah, Holly's been in at least every other episode. I love him. He's beautiful.
He's funny.
He's fantastic. He's that Han Solo type of character. I think every time he comes up in a conversation for this, we mentioned that he's like that Han Solo kind of character, and I love it.
I love how he's at first he didn't want to have anything to do with Ichabod and Abby's craziness. He thought they were just crazy people. And then when he first saw the what was it, the Pied Piper?
I think it was the Pied Piper. He was like, okay, no, it was real. It was the drowning lady.
Yes, he was like, wow, they're actually telling
the
truth.
Yeah, there's actually all this supernatural stuff going on.
Yeah. And Sleepy Hollow, I mean, I don't watch a lot of, well, actually, I guess I now more so than before watch kind of creepy shows, but man, Sleepy Hollow's got that creepy vibe down.
I love it.
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh.
Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Unlike some shows that have, like, creepy stuff going on, Sleepy Hollow always keeps me guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of things that I never predicted. I was like, what?
Yeah. They step away from that cliche, like, horror type of thing. Like, so, which is really good.
But yeah, the mid-season finale was, whoa.
I was on the edge of my seat the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
Everything, like, Irving. Can we just take a moment of silence for Irving?
Yeah, but something, well...
Even though we see what happened in the most recent Monday's episode, actually.
Yeah.
Was... at the end of the episode, if you remember...
Supernatural, no one's dead for long.
No one's dead for long, but
well, at least the main people.
I want to know how, though. Like, Supernatural always almost has an explanation for why a character may come back to life.
Yeah.
So I hope Sleepy Hollow explains.
I think it has to do with him being his soul being gone.
Okay, so are we to assume that he's basically like soulless Sam now? He's soulless, like he's just plain soulless.
He sold his soul to Henry, or was it Moloch?
Well, he sold it to Henry, who owned it for Moloch.
So I have to wonder if that has anything to do with it, because he's going to be one of the. Well, it's prophesied that he's going to be one of the main leaders or warriors of the bad side.
Yeah, but apparently the apocalypse is done. Apparently, that's just what we know of. But since they killed Moloch in the mid-season finale, well, not it was Henry who had a really good. Yeah. Turnaround, a really surprised turnaround.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming either.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that more in a second. But now, basically, Purgatory's been thrust open, and now shit's coming through. It's basically, spoiler alert if you are going back and watching Supernatural from season 1 because you've never seen it, and you're not to season 6 yet. It's basically season 6 and 7 of Supernatural wrapped in one episode, which is like, wow.
What I really like about, because, Supernatural and Sleepy Hollow both kind of take on the apocalypse approach, and what I like is how different their storylines are, and which is interesting, because, both of them did kind of go...
They went a very
biblical approach,
route, yeah.
But Sleepy Hollow also is taking a historical approach. Yeah. So it's coming from a different angle and using, like the whole key that Ben Franklin used to try to, get electrocuted. So that was a nice twistery kind of thing. Like, it was real well written, I think. And because, I would have never thought of that.
Yeah.
And so I really like how they're taking more of a, a biblical history kind of angle, whereas Supernatural, it was loosely biblical. Like, they had their own... I don't know. From what I remember, it was, like, they had the horsemen. They also had zombies, I think.
Yes. Yeah, in the episode with Sheriff Mills. And her son comes back, and Lucifer is trying to do something. Which is basically the entirety of Supernatural Season 5. Lucifer is trying to do something. He's just... Yeah. And
trying to obtain Sam.
Yeah. But yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about Sleepy Hollow.
Yes,
not Supernatural.
Not Supernatural. But they can easily be compared because of the whole apocalypse thing. But
let's talk about Henry.
Yeah, let's talk about Henry. I know we spent a lot of time on our last episode talking about Henry because we had on our notes Henry's a dick, and my sister is like, Henry's dick.
Well, we're not going to
we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about his sudden change of character in the last few minutes of the mid-season finale. And is he still alive?
I think he is. I hope he is. Because he could be a very good asset if he decides to not follow Moloch. Well, he kind of destroyed Moloch.
He kind of destroyed Moloch, and probably himself, but...
I just felt like, against all of the crap he's done towards his parents, he was a victim. And Moloch kind of took that to his advantage and twisted Henry's
way of thinking,
and thinking that his parents were in the wrong.
Yeah. When it really couldn't be helped. Like, Henry was born, or Jeremy, and Ichabod was killed, and then his mother soon followed after, was thrown into purgatory. So,
yeah.
It really couldn't have been helped what happened, and, like Kimberly said, Moloch just went through and twisted, Henry, or Jeremy, whatever you want to call him, twisted his mind. He used that abandonment to his advantage.
Yeah, and what I think probably was, the turning point for Henry was when he realized that Ichabod was willing to be a decoy or sacrifice himself, despite everything that Henry/Jeremy has done to him. I mean, at the end of the day, Henry/Jeremy was still Ichabod and Katrina's son. And the fact that Ichabod was willing to put his life in danger for Henry/Jeremy,
despite all the evil stuff he's done,
that was a big moment for him, because it realized that his family was still, as dysfunctional as it is, and
it's still family.
mattered and everything, and that he wasn't alone anymore. And, Moloch, I think, because you can see how Moloch treated Jeremy/Henry over the seasons.
He treated him like a dog. He was like, you're my pet, you're going to do my bidding.
Yeah, pretty much. And
then I'm going to, maybe discard you if you don't do what I want you to do.
Yeah, so, it was such a different kind of feeling and stuff. And that's kind of where I think Henry just saw the difference, the dynamics and the differences between Ichabod and Moloch. And realized that Ichabod was, would really treat him as a son if, he gave him a chance.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But anyway, Moloch's gone. That we know of.
Yeah, that we know of.
He might come back.
Let's hope not.
Yeah.
Unless he's sitting in...
Something tells me
Irving's
a big bad is going to be coming.
Yeah.
A big bad.
Yeah.
Especially since Orion.
Yeah, let's talk about Monday's episode real fast. So, Orion, which many
Max
PCs
Brown!
will know.
Brown! Who played Rip Evan. From season 1, Evan Marks. Max Brown!
I didn't recognize him at first because I don't know why I didn't recognize him. But I was just like, that dude looks kind of familiar. And I was like, okay, yeah, he's an angel. Do we trust him?
Yeah.
My sister was like, I don't trust this guy. And I was like, I don't know. I want to trust him because the way he just came off when he first met the Abby and Ichabod, he came off sort of almost like a Castiel to Dean at first meeting. I was like, okay, do I really want to trust him or not?
I wouldn't necessarily say he's bad. He just sees everything black and white. And
he sat in purgatory,
and he kind of has a role to play for this whole thing. But then again, he had a presence in all of those natural disasters disasters.
He was all about revenge to the horsemen.
True. And he was willing to destroy the horsemen any way possible, even if that meant causing a cataclysmic event.
Yeah. And not to keep going back to, Supernatural, but that's like the direct parallel to this. Or, well, not direct, but it's a parallel to Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
But the writers do a really good job at differentiating both shows. But, what was I going to say?
I don't know.
How... Orion sort of reminded me, spoiler alert again, season 8, Supernatural, Gadriel.
Yeah.
they both sat in a prison for quite a while, but they each, had a motive once they got out, and it almost both had to deal with somewhat revenge.
But they're also, I feel like, I don't know, I might be wrong, but I feel like right now, because we have only seen him for one episode, and since he flew away, obviously he's going to be coming back. And I just feel like he might be one of those misunderstood kind of characters, where at first he seems like a big bad or a guy who might be on the enemy side, where he's just, that's all he knows how to do is what he was kind of designed to do.
A soldier.
Yeah, pretty much. And I feel like if maybe he might be one of those characters who kind of is in the shadows watching what Ichabod and Abby do, and maybe collecting his own information, like, are these people actually good or bad, and everything, and then seeing what they do and why they do it or whatever. It might make him come to a conclusion that these people are not, in the wrong. Yeah. I think he's just misunderstood, and I think he sees the world, he misunderstands how the world works and everything, because, he has been in prison been in purgatory for so long. So, I mean, now the question is, was he purposely sent there? Or no, he explained it. He explained it, I think. He was killed by the horsemen.
But I think had he been there before, or?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember, but yeah, and speaking of misunderstood characters, Headless.
Yeah. I like how he's kind of conforming. I like how he's not really seen as a big bad anymore.
Yeah. I think there's potential for that character. I know Katrina is a really big,
Do you ship Headless and Katrina together?
I really do, because I ship Ichabod and Abby together.
Yeah, so it's kind of like by default you would ship the other two.
But I think Headless and Katrina would make a better couple because,
I think Katrina understands Headless more.
Yeah.
Because they're both, they both magical in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're both kind of victims in some areas. And so I feel like Katrina understands that not always what you see as bad is bad.
Yeah, and I like that she's trying to change him. Like, she's trying to use her magic to transfigure him back to what he was before he was the Horseman of War.
And he's willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, so...
And, speaking about the whole, shipping and stuff...
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ichabod and Katrina's little trouble in paradise. Yeah. I wonder... I feel like it's going to continue getting worse.
Yeah.
Because, Katrina, she didn't trust Ichabod with a lot of information, a lot of personal information on her part. Yeah. And, when Ichabod found about all of this, he was hurt that it was almost like she drove a dagger into him because he always thought that they would have been truthful with one another. Yeah. And, Ichabod he has a lot of morals.
He really
does.
Very
chivalrous. And
one thing I love about him, he's such a classy fellow.
Yeah. And he lives. I literally think he lives by a code in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
And when someone breaks his trust, it's really hard. I think for him to gain that trust back. Yeah. Or to gain because he even told Katrina, he's like, I don't really know where we stand anymore. Yeah. And I don't think we'll ever be back to the way we were.
Yeah, and I think that in part
has gonna push Katrina away.
Yeah. I think she's already, all this stuff with trying to make Headless who he once was, and her belief in him, really, I think, is something that has, she's pushed herself away from
I just hope she doesn't go Ichabod. Dark side.
I don't think she'll go dark side.
If she goes dark side, I'm just like, but that kind of would contradict all of the all of the character development they have given her in trying to defeat the bad and everything. But it would be interesting if Ichabod, the final enemy Ichabod had to face, was Katrina. That would be an interesting dynamic.
He's already faced his son, but to face the woman that he loved so much.
That would be a very, that would be a question of, would he be willing to do what he needed to do in order to do what he has to do? But that's, he kind of had to ask that question to himself with Henry/Jeremy. So, why do they have to give characters double names? It's just so confusing.
I don't know.
It's like, just stick with one name. Ugh. Anyway. So
I think
that's about it for Sleepy Hollow, maybe?
No, there's the egg, the demon and with Jenny and Holly, like that stuff. Oh my god.
I kind of shipped Jenny and Holly together.
I do. I really do. They're cute. Let's admit it.
Yeah, they are cute together. And they kind of had their own little side adventure going on. I like that, how there was like two different adventures in a way going on, how they were kind of
but it was all for like the same thing,
goal, but it was very different things that they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that, how they could split up, divide and conquer.
Mm-hmm. So, and they all work really well together.
Mm-hmm.
So Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow.
So that's
Sleepy Hollow.
That's Sleepy Hollow. I can't wait to see, and I just can't believe how they gave us one episode. They come back after the new year. They gave us one episode, and they end it with Irving in the convenience store being like, "Where am I?" And he's eating like all the food.
Kind of reminded me of like Kaz.
Cass, or even like Dean after he rises from the grave. I'm really hoping they tell us, but we have another. Now the question is,
will he actually lose his memory? I kind of hope they don't play that card.
No.
Because that just seems too cliche and everything, of how a character finds himself either rises from the dead or finds himself in some like area he doesn't remember how to get to. I mean, it's one thing for him to forget how he got there. That's one thing, because he's kind of like, how am I alive?
He's kind of disoriented after.
Yeah, that makes sense if he was disoriented. But if they make him lose his memory, that's overdone.
But waiting 2 weeks.
Yeah. They did that for a lot of shows. They just came back 1 week, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're not going to see you for another 2 weeks."
And it's like, why do you do that?
It's like, we're just going to feed you a little bit just so you can want more and more and more later.
That's just going to make me want more. What are you doing, you crazy people?
It's like, I'd just rather wait for 8 weeks rather than wait for 6 weeks and then have one episode and wait for 2 more weeks. It's like, why?
Speaking of waiting for shows, so last night, Kimberly got me into Scorpion. We marathoned, well, not just last night, it was just yesterday, too. We marathoned 13 episodes in 12 hours.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
I love a good show about geniuses. I love, like, Sherlock Holmes. He's a freaking genius. I love, I used to like The Big Bang Theory.
I like how I like shows that with geniuses that actually do something with their genius.
Yes.
Big Bang Theory. I mean, I don't watch the show.
It's just a comedy,
but it seems like all they do is they're just in one apartment or something and
doing nerdy stuff. But another show I was going to mention was Person of Interest.
Yeah, that's
Harold Finch.
Is he the guy with like almost no emotions?
No, he's the one with the glasses and the computer knowledge.
Okay.
The other guy is Mr. Reese, who was a CIA operative, and he's a freaking badass. I love him. Anyway, so
let's talk about Scorpion.
I love shows with geniuses. So putting 5 of them. There's 5.
1, 2. Let's see. There's these are the characters, in case you're not familiar. Like, if you're just watching this for the Sleepy Hollow stuff, and you're like, let's just listen to them babble even more. Yeah. Here are the characters. First and foremost, there's Walter O'Brien, who actually, in real life, is a real person.
Yes.
And this show is based on some events that the real Walter O'Brien handled in his life. But most of the episodes, all of the cases that they do, they're kind of, except for the pilot, they're brand new kind of cases. I don't think they ever
fictionalization invented by the creators of the show.
They probably have happened before in some random area, but, the real Walter O'Brien handled a lot of confidential government cases, and so they can't exactly ask him what he did.
Yeah.
So they have to kind of create their own storyline with that.
Yeah.
That's why it says inspired by the life of Walter O'Brien. But
so he's a dude with 197 IQ. He is
one of the top 5 smartest people in the world.
Yes. Which I'd feel like a kindergartner standing next to him in real life. Like, I'd just be like, I'm stupid.
Funny story. Elias Gabel, who plays Walter O'Brien in the show, he was explaining how his interaction with the real Walter O'Brien, because, Elias Gabel wants to portray the real Walter O'Brien as real as possible, as authentic as the real guy. And so he says that the real Walter O'Brien is very open to answering his questions and everything. And he just loves explaining stuff. Yeah. And but he said the funny thing is that Walter O'Brien will explain things to Elias, and then Elias would have to ask him to explain it like 2 or 3 more times for him to slowly explain it, because he can't understand it the first time. But Elias Gabel does a really good job in portraying a socially awkward genius.
Yeah.
And I just love how awkward he is with everything.
It's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
There's
but I do see character development going on with him.
Yeah. Oh, and
I don't.
He says he doesn't have any emotion.
I don't think he doesn't have it. It's just he can't process it, or it might take him a while to process it.
Yeah. But I think he's always had it. I think he's always
probably
slightly
compartmentalized
understood it. I think it's
he recognizes certain emotions with certain people.
Yeah, I think and because you see in his interaction his determination to find a cure for his sister.
Yeah.
Who has MS. You see that he really does have degrees of emotion. He just doesn't understand how that
to process it, or he is angry. That's an emotion too.
That is an emotion,
and he uses. Anger is his outlet to or aggression in a way, and I wouldn't say physical aggression. It's more just like screaming and just maybe smashing things
when he can't understand something.
Yeah, he gets frustrated
because he's a dude with 197 IQ. Like he understands everything. He understands things I don't understand.
And he's very straightforward too.
He really is.
I don't think. It does seem like he hides a lot. But he doesn't seem like he lies.
No.
But he does hide whatever might be going on inside his mind. Hide some backstory from his team members because they're personal to him. He's a very private person.
Yeah.
And what I really like about Walter is that he cares for his team members. They literally call them a family because he's providing them a safe house, a safe haven for them to thrive in what they do best, and also is kind of like accountability in a way.
Yeah, they're a group of outcasts. They're a group of some of the smartest people in the world, and they see themselves as outcasts from society.
Can't connect with people very well.
So, they're able to connect with each other, though.
Yes, and what I really like with Walter is that, the other characters, they'll say something to him, and he knows, being with the mind that he has, he knows kind of what they are thinking when they say, like with Sylvester, who is another one of the geniuses. Sylvester is a human calculator. He can calculate pretty much anything when his mind is not troubled by
all the phobias
he has, or a traumatic experience he goes through in a later episode. But anyway, Walter knows that Sylvester has a lot of fears. Like, he's afraid of almost everything. And when Sylvester asked Walter, he said, I need to work from the garage instead of going to Bosnia for one of the episodes, Walter said, yes, you do. Like, Walter...
he respects that.
He respects that. He respects that, that Sylvester does have all these fears, and he's not going to doesn't want to put Sylvester in an awkward or in a position that Sylvester won't be able to function. Yeah. And Sylvester feels bad about this. But Walter, he takes it as it is, and he understands that this guy has all these fears, and he's like, he kind of works his way around it by just saying, yes, you need to work here instead. Yep. And I really like that. I like that he doesn't get mad. Yeah. He might get frustrated a little bit. But he doesn't get mad if Sylvester thinks he should stay home. Yeah. Because Sylvester driving.
Sylvester doesn't have a license.
Because he's afraid of everything.
It's really funny.
Yeah. I have to wonder if I don't think he was afraid of everything when he was younger. I think it had to do after he left home. Yeah. Because when he was on his own, he didn't know what to do with his life. I think that's when his fears started to surface. Yeah. But yeah, Sylvester I really like Sylvester. Yeah. I like all of the characters.
I love them all. But
Toby. Oh my gosh. Eddie K. Thomas does a perfect job.
I love his hat. I love his smartassiness. He's such a jackass. I love it.
Condescending jerk.
He's a behaviorist.
Yes.
Meaning he can take one look at you and he'll know what you ate for breakfast. He'll know...
Very observant.
He'll know the amount of money you have in your bank account. He'll know what you did last night, all just by looking at you and how you react to different things.
I kind of see him as Sean Spencer on steroids.
Yep.
I really like how they, in the pilot, how they kind of introduced, because when we first saw him, I was like, okay, what can this guy do? Because I understood he understood the psychosis kind of stuff. He understood that to extreme, but I didn't really know what his ability was until he was in that mainframe room, and they were looking for the server that they needed to pull out or whatever.
And he took the picture.
And he was just like blah 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 blah. And
he's like, this guy, the guy is this tall. This guy wears his belt buckle on the left, so the thing
he's like
the drive is going to be on the left side,
on his dominant side. And when you
think
planes, you think high and everything.
But yet it's not going to be too high because he looks like he's the kind of guy who wouldn't get on a stool in front of his employees, so it'd be right at eye level.
And then you see all this
and it's like, how did you know that?
Yeah, and you see all he could do, and then always it's just like, it says LAX on the server.
It's like, how do you know if you're right? Oh, it says LAX on the.
He's very smart ass.
I love him.
Yeah, he's perfect.
And he's very protective of his hat, and the way Captain Jack Sparrow is protective of his hat. I love
my hat!
It's like my hat!
Yeah, and what I really like is that what they've done with Toby is that they haven't made him a smart ass the whole time.
No,
that they
give him
development.
They give him enough depth where he doesn't have to be a smartass all the time, and he says that the reason why
defense mechanism.
Yeah, the moment he becomes real, for a moment, he snaps right back and uses his smartassiness.
I really like the growing relationship between him and Paige. At first you see this tension going on. He doesn't really understand the purpose of Paige, which is another character of the show. Obviously, she is not a genius.
She's normal.
She's a mother of a genius, Ralph.
Yes.
Who Walter really adores, and Walter wants to also provide Scorpion as this safe haven for Ralph to grow and develop his potential and everything.
So when he can't in the real world.
So Paige is basically the liaison between the geniuses and the real world. So because they can't think emotionally.
No.
And a lot of their cases deal with emotional quota, or whatever you want to call it, emotional stuff. So that's why they hired Paige.
Paige translates human, or not human, but normal reactions to
emotions.
Like, so if someone's,
traumatized or something,
gets killed or whatever, and in order for them to find out, they're like, well, you need to tell us everything.
Like, hey,
Paige is like, hey, this dude's uncle just died, just calm down.
Just tell them how sorry you are first before getting into the nitty gritty kind of stuff. And I definitely,
basically, she's their Watson to their Sherlock.
And I really like how Toby's relationship with Paige has definitely developed into a friendship, and I think Toby in a way kind of confides in Paige in a way. Like, Paige knows. I think everybody knows that Toby loves or I don't want to say loves, but has a crush on Happy. Happy is another character from in the group, and
she's this hard
mechanic,
and she's pretty much she's a badass. I love her.
He's the smartass, she's the badass.
Yeah. So they make a perfect couple. Put them together, and it's amazing.
It's magic. And well, anyway, and so I think Paige recognizes this, and Paige kind of encourages Toby. And when things didn't work out at first, when Happy kind of was hitting on this other guy, Paige was, in a way, I would say there for Toby, meant just like, obviously she wasn't a shoulder to cry on.
Yeah.
But she's like, don't worry, you'll get your chance and everything.
Yeah.
She was very encouraging. And I think Walter, in a way, he can kind of see something going on between.
Yeah, I think he can. He just, because of his IQ, he doesn't recognize that there's a budding relationship. He's just like, there's something there, I just don't know what. I don't have time to comprehend that. I'm going to go over here and work on it.
I think he recognizes something, especially when you see Happy on Toby's back when they're walking in Bosnia, and then they're like, you didn't see this, and then you see Walter's face, and he's just like, I'm minding my own business. Yep. But it's amazing when two people you ship, Walter and Paige, ships another two people you ship. And so there's Toby, and then we kind of spoke about Paige a bit.
And Sylvester
and Happy.
Happy.
She's one of the things is that what I really like about all these characters is that they they don't give you too much about their backstories yet. Each episode you still learn more about them.
And we're only 13 episodes in, and there's still a lot to learn, and that's amazing for a freshman series.
Yeah, because sometimes it's really hard.
You don't want to spill everything about your characters in the first season.
Because some series have done that.
Yeah.
Or they spill so much, and then your kind of characters
there's nowhere
to grow.
Yeah, there's nowhere to move them.
And
so then you just kill them off.
I feel like Happy, there's a lot we haven't learned about all these characters, and which I hope they explore in the upcoming episodes in some way, and even in the next seasons. I'm hoping I'm pretty sure they'll get a second season.
They'll get a second season, no doubt.
Yeah. And but Happy, she has definitely developed in so many ways.
Oh my god, already. But yet there's so much, like you said,
you kind of
have to learn
see
about
her as, I wouldn't say a grouch, but she's just kind of mad at the world for the first couple of episodes.
Yeah.
And then you kind of see her soften up, especially around Toby. Toby has really helped her kind of calm down, and so I really love how she smashes things.
Yes,
she and Walter both smash things when they're mad.
For all you comic book people out there, she's basically She-Hulk.
Smash!
It's pretty fantastic.
Tony Stark, Hulk, you? Or no, was it Captain America?
It was America, and Hulk or Captain America.
Smash.
and Hulk smash.
So I just love how she's developing, and I'm glad that they brought back her father in another episode, because I'm pretty sure that just because they've kind of made up in a way, there's still underlining issues that they'll have to go through.
Yeah, and I like that. It's and you know the
like
reason
nothing's perfect. Yes.
Yeah, nothing's perfect, and that's one thing this show shows. It's not, nothing is perfect.
Yeah.
You know, you could be the smartest person in the world, but yet your life isn't going to be perfect.
Yeah, and I mean it's a step in their relationship, father-daughter relationship, but I definitely don't think that the issues that Happy has with her father abandoning her is just all, you know, peachy now.
Yeah, and the reason why he abandoned her is he was scared. He didn't know what to do here. He's got this kid who's, like, super smart, and so he's like, I'm just gonna give her away. His wife's
dead.
Yeah,
and he hit the bottle, so, I mean,
he's
honestly,
like, I'm an unfit father.
From a father point of view, I mean, obviously, but from a parental, even though I'm not a parent, but from their kind of point of view, I think in a way, he did something right by giving Happy up because he understood a level. He didn't have that level of responsibility.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm guessing Happy just didn't. I mean, understand that because she doesn't. She's a genius. She doesn't really understand, you know, emotional kind of stuff really well. And so I'm really glad. I really liked it when she cried when she held her father for the first time in years. I mean, that was definitely a huge character development for her.
And I like that.
Yeah. So we had Happy, we had Toby, we've talked a little bit about Paige, talked about Sylvester, and Walter. Ralph. He hasn't been too much of a main character, but the most recent episode, Riley B. Smith, who plays Ralph, he did a great job.
He really did. He's a cute kid, and he does a really good job at playing a kid who's really smart. You know.
I was just wondering how many takes they have to do because, you know, boys will be boys and they're always energetic.
Yeah.
And so I wonder what they have to do to keep him calm like that.
Not give him sugar before a take.
But I really like how Ralph is developing. I mean, all he wants to do is help. And, I mean, I think Walter sees that. He sees that Ralph wants to help people and he knows that Ralph has all this potential.
I think he sees himself in Ralph.
I do. There's a lot of parallels, and I think that might be dangerous in a way because then maybe Walter might think that Ralph will be like him.
Yeah,
but I think it also might help because he relates to Ralph and he helps Paige understand what Ralph might be going through mentally.
He's giving Ralph something that he didn't have growing up. He's giving him a place where he can hang out with people who are like him, and he's teaching his mom and even his dad, you know, how to communicate with him, and that's something Walter didn't have growing up. So I like that. That's what he's trying to provide for Ralph.
Another thing I like is that with Walter, I mean, yes, you can tell he's jealous with Drew, and you can tell that Drew is jealous. I don't know if I think Drew is jealous of Walter mostly, but I think he's also Drew.
And his shows a little more. It's kind of.
I mean, I think Drew. I think he's doing good at trying to connect with Ralph, but he doesn't understand that he doesn't have the right to be a parent to Ralph, like Paige. Paige has been there for Ralph.
Because
he hasn't been there, so he shouldn't have the right to...
He's got to earn that right back.
He shouldn't know what's right for Ralph, especially since he hasn't been in Ralph's life for 7 years.
Yeah.
But I think Drew's very misunderstood. He wants what's best for Ralph, but he just doesn't think that Scorpion is what's best because, you know, he doesn't understand what Scorpion does, really. Yeah. I don't think. And he doesn't. He's not a genius either. Yeah, so
he's the kind of like jock kind of character. We've all encountered those jocks.
Sorry if you're a jock.
Yeah, but like we've all encountered like those jocks and preps like throughout high school. We see how a majority of them act. A majority of them are just assholes, who won't give you the time of day. No. And these are the type of people that. Drew is the type of person that that Team Scorpion pretty much avoided all through high school because they were afraid that they were going to, get their head flushed down the toilet.
But I like how they're trying to connect with him in a way.
Yeah.
What I really like between the whole, Drew and Walter have this kind of tension going on because they're trying to both feel like they're the father figure for Ralph. I don't know, and I think it does have some to do with Paige.
Yes,
but I think it's more with Ralph because Drew is Ralph's father.
Yeah.
Biologically.
Yeah.
But, even though Ralph has known Walter just for a couple months, Walter has really been there for Ralph and understands Ralph in ways that Drew can't always comprehend. Mm-hmm. And I think what I really like is that even though Walter, because he says he doesn't have emotions or whatever, but it's very apparent that he's jealous of Drew and or anybody who kind of hits on Paige.
Yeah,
like when she was dancing with the that French dude.
Yeah.
He was just like staring and just
he's
watching.
Like, no.
And he had that hard face, and he kept on asking Sylvester, "What time? How long? How much longer? How much longer?" But and you also know that he's jealous of Drew because Drew has history with Paige.
Yeah.
And I don't think he understands that. I don't think Walter. I mean, I think he realizes there's some connection with Paige. He doesn't really understand what it is, but he realizes he's attracted to her.
Yes.
And when Drew first came in, you could tell how jealous Walter was right there. Mm-hmm. And what I'm trying to get to is what I really like about it is that even though Walter is jealous of Drew, and Walter's still willing to put his jealousy in his little emotional compartment for a while to help Drew connect with Ralph.
Yeah.
He doesn't let his jealousy prevent him from helping Drew connect with Ralph.
Yeah.
And I think at one point when he was driving the Lamborghini and everything, he was frustrated with the whole Drew situation. But even then, when Toby kind of gave him like a reality check, like, hey, are you going to let your jealousy or whatever you're feeling get in the way of helping Ralph out when he needs you? And so I really like how Toby gives Walter a reality check, from time to time. So, so there's the Walter and Drew, and there's Drew, and I don't know. I like Drew, and I don't like him.
I don't think we've seen enough of him to really determine whether we should like him or not.
I don't know if he has
see him as a threat.
Yeah, a lot of people think he has an ulterior motive. I don't think he has an ulterior motive.
I don't see that yet.
He just wants what he thinks is best for Ralph and Paige. Yeah. And he doesn't think Scorpion is.
Yeah. He just...
But we all know better. We all know better.
Yes.
One last character.
About Cabe.
Cabe, yes.
We forgot about Cabe.
I love him. I love his relationship with Walter. The whole father kind of figure. Oh, I just love Cabe. I feel bad for him because he lost his daughter, and I feel like in a way Ralph is like even Walter was a second chance. Yeah, and I feel like Ralph is I just feel like Cabe is like a grandfather figure to Ralph.
Yeah, that's kind of
because like everybody adores Ralph.
Yeah,
and I just like how Cabe he's like the adult in everything. While he's like this badass and this stern guy, he's really, really soft. And I really like that dynamic in his character. He's not just badass.
Yeah, he's basically like that soft, like Nick Fury for the team. Yeah, I guess in a way he is the Nick Fury to their Avengers.
Yeah, and I mean, he's gone through a lot. We don't know the extent of everything he's gone through, but he's gone through quite a bit. All the characters have gone through something.
Yeah.
And I really hope in this season that they explore that.
Yes.
And explore more of each character. Not too much.
Yeah, not too much. But
just give us kind of small snippets here and there on how...
Like, what they've been doing.
Yeah. I really would love to see flashbacks of Paige, like, taking care of Ralph as a single parent.
Yeah.
Or even just flashbacks in general of all these characters. And because they all have something to offer, and they all have, each of them react to things differently, and it's all based on what they've experienced. And I'm really excited for these next episodes, especially when when Paige is going to have to teach Walter how to flirt. That is going to be very interesting. I'm excited.
I'm really excited. I feel like this is gonna be fun. I'm excited to get into this show now.
Yeah, and
finally.
I really like how Happy is kind of playing hard to get.
Yes. Yes.
And how they haven't like smushed all these like ships together just because the fans want them.
They're letting them happen naturally.
I keep telling people online and stuff, I said that I really do ship Walter and Paige, but I'm like, if they're gonna just push them together, like, in the first season, I don't want that to happen. I want it to happen just organically.
Yeah.
And on their own time, because, Walter is slower with relationship kind of stuff, so I want it just to happen organically and not, like, just because the fans want them. So if it happens where Paige dates a couple other guys before she realizes that she has feelings for Walter, and or vice versa, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's a natural
I want it
progression.
to be real. I want it, and I want the series to continue.
Yes.
So that's something to look forward to in like future seasons.
I'm looking forward to see what else this season has in store.
Yeah.
Like, I've enjoyed it so far. Just getting into it yesterday, I'm ready for more episodes. I can't wait. So.
Well, I think that's about it.
Yeah. That's really a lot of really good discussions here today.
Yeah.
So
kind of tired. We were late.
So, as usual, you can find us on Twitter and Facebook and Tumblr.
All links will be added into the discussion. No, into the description box. There we go.
You can find us on fanfiction.
Yes.
Something bigger.
Yes.
Lots of stuff. We just posted a chapter, didn't we?
Like a month? No, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. We just posted a chapter.
Chapter 11, I think.
Yep, and so we have a lot of more exciting stuff planned for that.
It's a slow work in progress.
Yeah, very slow work in progress.
Yeah. If you're watching this because of Scorpion, I have a fan fiction out there under the pen name WriterFreak001 at fanfiction, or even Archives of Our Own AO3 called Deception. So if you haven't read that, apparently people think it's good. So I guess read it.
Yes. So you can follow me on Tumblr, Badger and the TARDIS 11. You can follow Kimberly on Tumblr.
I have two Tumblrs. Regular one is WriterFreak001. The Scorpion one, if you're a Scorpion person, is a beautiful mind WF001, and there's I think there's dashes in between each word.
Yeah.
So there's that, and there's also I have a two Twitters too. WriterFreak001, and then WF001 Scorpion is my other Twitter. So follow me there, and follow our Twitter.
Yeah, which you'll be able to if you've been watching us for a while, you know listening, whatever. Our next episode is episode 10. We might have a treat planned. I don't know. We're talks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that's it for episode 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. See you guys.
Thanks for listening. This might be the last one for a little while. All right. Bye.